Today on Brewing Around the Realm, I'm brewing my Highgarden Wit version 2.0. Stay tuned to find out how. Welcome back to Brewing Around the Realm. I'm your amateur brewmaster Dave. Today we're brewing a Belgian Wit. If you've been with us since the beginning, you'll know that in our second beer, I brewed a Belgian Wit. I called it Highgarden. That was an extract version of what we're brewing today. Today we're converting over to partial mash. So this is a new adventure for us. We're going to hopefully get some more control over what our final beer tastes like and looks like. And we're getting ready to start that now. I've already got our strike water heating up on the stove here. And let's get moving. Today's recipe will be in the description below. But here are all the ingredients we're going to be using today. We have 2 pounds of flaked wheat, 5 pounds of 2-row. I've got a 3-pound bag of Bavarian wheat dry extract. I only need 1.75 pounds in this recipe, but I will get that out later. We have a pound of flaked oats. We're going to use Hellertau and Czech Saz. In version 1 of the Highgarden Wit, I only used Saz, but we're going to use Hellertau and Saz today. We're using the same yeast as we used last time, WLP 400. Bitter orange peel, we only need 1 ounce. I'm probably going to put all of this in. So this is about 1.5 ounces. This is the package that was left over from our first version. And here are all the coriander seeds that were left over from our first version. I didn't use very many in the last batch, but I think I'm going to go for it. We're going to dump all those in there, and this version calls for 3 chamomile tea bags in the boil in the last couple of minutes. So we're going to throw that in there as well. I'm going to get the 2-row and the wheat and the oats in here and start our partial mash. In order to minimize thermal shock on the grain and get everything up to temperature better, I added 2 gallons of boiling water to our cooler here and dumped it out. The strike water is up to temperature, so I'm going to dump the 2.5 gallons of 160 degree water into our cooler. I'm going to place the grain bag in here. And you want to make sure you get this all the way down. So we use our spoon here. I'll stick my hand in there. That's really hot. It's just green because of the hots in the pot. Alright, I've got my amateur brewmaster's assistant here. And he's going to stir this up as I dump our grain in. Oh, soapy all the way. Alright, go ahead and start stirring. Stir good. Like this, watch. Like this. Oh no.
A brew bag.
We're losing our bag. Oh no. Alright, had to reset there. I clipped that on there. And I'm going to dump all this in first. And then we'll mix it all up.
Well, bounce off the spoon into all the different places. Ew.
Alright, here. Let me try it.
It's squishy.
Yeah,
at the bottom.
Like oats going in.
Bounce.
Let's just get all these in here. Like wheat going in. Don't do that. Okay, got everything in there. Thanks to Kellen for helping out here. And I got this mixed up. And I'm not finding any dough balls here. It is crazy hot.
I'm just going to make music.
Alright, yeah, we're good. We are at 150. So, let's seal this up. And we'll be back here in 90 minutes. Our 90-minute mash time is just about up, so I'm going to take a little bit here. And a couple drops of iodine in this. And shake that around, and it didn't turn black, so our conversion worked. We're good to go. Set it back in there, do that a couple of times. Make sure I got everything kind of out of there. And then it'll be time to put this into the brew kettle, and then I'll sparge this in a moment. Another change I'm making is to switch to first wort hopping. And that means to put your hops into your kettle before you put the wort in. So I'm going to take the first wort, the first runnings out of here, and fill this up.
Now look what's moving.
Now that I've got that drained, I'm going to take another 2.5 gallons of 170 degree water and let this sit for probably 10 minutes, give or take, 10 maybe 15 minutes. And we'll do the second runnings. And it's hot. I'll make sure I slosh this around in here and get all the sugar washed off. Alright, didn't quite get there, so I'm going to do another, probably about a gallon and a half, give or take a little bit, for a sparge, and then we'll be ready to boil. It's kind of tough to see it here, but I got all the way up to our 5.5 gallons. This is a 6-gallon kettle, and 5.5 gallons is about as much as I could possibly boil. So I got this right up to the point there, and next stop is getting this to boil. Alright, so we just started the boil, and I added half a pound of our Bavarian malt extract, dry extract, in here. That's another change we're making. I'm not adding all of our extract at once. The rest of our extract will go in about 15 minutes before the end of the boil. Alright, we're getting close to the end here. We got about 20 minutes left. I'm going to throw the rest of our dry malt extract in. Turn the flame off there. Alright, whorl flock and yeast nutrient going in at 15 minutes. Alright, we're in the home stretch, so here goes an ounce of coriander seeds. 3 chamomile tea bags. And the recipe only calls for 1 ounce of bitter orange peel, but I have 1.5 ounces here, and odds that I'm going to use that half an ounce are slim, so I'm throwing the whole thing in there. Alright, our boil time is over. I'm going to turn our flame off, put the lid on. Time to chill that. I'm going to get that in the sink in a minute here. Alright, so here's our final product. I skipped a couple of steps in the middle there and didn't show you on the video, but I did sanitize everything, and I filtered this to get some of the hops and definitely the bitter orange peel and the coriander out. I didn't want to leave that sitting there. So I've got our WLP 400 yeast here. Let's sanitize everything. I'm going to cut this off and we'll alright, there we go. Hey everybody, welcome back. For you it's been a couple of seconds, but for us it's been 12 days. Our Highgarden Wit 2.0 fermented rather nicely. Had a very vigorous fermentation. Took a couple days for the fermentation on this one to start. I was kind of concerned about it. I really thought I was going to have to repitch the yeast, but after about 30 hours, this finally started to ferment out, and it fermented out in about 6 days. So I think that's really good. We're going to get started. I think this is going to be a very good beer. It looks good. The color has lightened quite a bit from when it went in, so that is definitely what I wanted, and we've reached our target color correctly. Alright, so let's get moving. Gotta admit, this one really smells good coming out of here. I think this is going to be a really good one. You can see I got just under 5 gallons here, and that's why I make a 5.5 gallon batch, because I want to get as close to 5 gallons of finished beer as possible. You can see we did get a decent amount of trub here in during fermentation. So let me get our reading here and see where we're at. And that is 6.5. So that's right where I wanted it to be. Final Brix reading is 6.5, leaves us with a final gravity of 10.08 and an alcohol by volume percent of right around 6. So it's a little bit high for what we were shooting for. I was shooting for something maybe about 5.4, but you know, I think that's good. So let's get bottling. Okay, it's time to get the priming sugar in. I used 5.38 ounces of priming sugar and 2 cups of water. And we're good to go here. You really don't have to wait for this to cool off. You can just dump it in here as long as you don't dump it in here quickly. You don't want to be very vigorous with this. You just want to mix it enough to kind of mix that in there. And then if you give it about 10 minutes, it'll gotta be fully mixed in. I'm sure you've watched all of my previous videos, and by now you've seen me bottle an entire batch of homebrew. I'm still going to have to bottle this one, but you're going to skip right to the end. Here's how many bottles we ended up with. Well, I got all these bottled and capped. I ended up with 46 bottles. That's 42 12-ounce bottles and 4 22-ounce bottles. I used every single 12-ounce bottle I had, including a brand new case I just got. And that's how I ended up resorting to using 4 22-ounce bottles, because that's what I had left, and I had very little left. I only had maybe about 8 ounces that didn't go into a bottle. So I call it successful. And keep an eye out for a quickie tasting video. I would usually tack those on to the end of the videos, but I'm going to move the tasting videos to a quickie video that'll come out in a couple of weeks when this is really ready. The reason being, I want to get these out a little bit faster. I hope everybody enjoyed this brew session. Please remember to subscribe to our channel. And if you have questions or comments, leave a comment below. I will have the recipe to what we brewed today in the description box below. And happy brewing. We'll catch everybody on the next one. Bye!